Welcome back to the channel, everyone. All of you wonderful guitar-loving souls and subscribers that are returning. We are day 34 of 365 days of guitar practice. And if you're brand new, I'm Jay Wills, old dude getting back into guitar and learning how to play guitar from scratch after 22 years. First things first, intro, then comments. However, I do have a different camera setup today. I'll explain that in a bit. However, let's grab, we'll be sitting for this evening just because it's Friday evening. I hope all of you, wherever you are having a wonderful Friday evening or afternoon. It's a bit cloudy here in Northern California. We are doing Orange Dark Terror tonight because at some point, some of you are like, you know he's going to switch over amps and see what the Pack Rat sounds like through the Orange Terror. So that's what we're going to do. With a new pick, we're trying a different pick out tonight. I even got new glasses. Just got back from Costco. Got some nice metal framed ones. So I can actually see what this is. What is this? These are Dunlop 0.96, and it's got a picture of a little cartoon gator on it. So that's kind of cool. All right, so let's get going. She is warmed up. I just snapped her on. I'm not sure what we're going to do for the intro tonight. I think Fridays, we're doing Triad Tuesdays next week. First one. I read the comments today, which is awesome. Whammy Wednesdays, we're going to get to that. That's going to be awesome. Fridays, fretboard, freestyle Friday. I don't know. Something along those lines. But we always kind of freestyle, so it doesn't make a difference. All right. Let's start that over. Comments. Went back to the old school one. Ooh, there we go. I like that little Pack Rat. That's a great pedal. We're going to come back to the old Terminator. I have the Predator out. That's why I'm all like, talk about that after comments. Because I was going to do some work on that right before, and that was an epic fail. So, all right. Don't need our stand. Finally got a music stand, so thank you for that recommendation a while back. It just took me forever to get that stand, but we have a music stand. Got some new shades, which are awesome. All right, comments. Let's see here. At iRock5150, welcome back, brother. Peter Frampton, do you feel like we do? Yeah, so immediately after I shot that vid last night, I was like, are you shitting me? It's one of my favorite songs. Of course, as soon as I hopped, did a little type in, I'm like, oh yeah. So yeah, thank you for that. I want to figure out a way. That was one of the first guitar solo songs I'd ever heard. And when I heard that, that was around the same time, probably like, I want to say like early 80s maybe. Van Halen, that album, the Frampton album were the two albums that like formulated my love for guitar. And I'm like, oh my God, I want to figure out how to recreate that somehow. That would be epic. Also check Tesla version of that song. Pretty damn cool cover. Oh, I didn't catch that. I will absolutely check that out. That's pretty cool. I'm not sure who Tesla is, but any cover of that song, let's be real, it's going to be badass. I'm going to cover that song. I don't know what it's going to be. And some guy you don't know, the new theme is cool. Oh, thanks, brother. Shades of Black Sabbath in there. Yes, there is. There's definitely some of that. And I won't even pretend. I start playing, and I'm like, all right, yeah, this has got that vibe 100%. So that's actually kind of cool you picked up on that. General old school metal vibe, for sure. Guilty. Looking forward to Triad Tuesdays, followed by Whammy Wednesdays. That's who, yes, we're doing Whammy Wednesdays. I love that. Thank you for that. From some guy you don't know. Awesome. That's amazing. At Inca Cal 71, stumble on your channel and subscribe. Well, thanks, brother. I appreciate that. I'm a guitar teacher at School of Rock. Most people don't know that we have an adult program. You could be a beginner and join the band. Most of our adults just want to play with other like-minded people, and at the end of the season, you play at a venue that the School of Rock sets up. You should check it out. I'm sure they have a location near Concord. Good luck, man. How did you know I was around Concord? That's probably in my bio or some shit like that I don't even know. Who knows? I actually didn't know that. I didn't realize that. I thought School of Rock was just that movie, that Jack Black movie, which actually is a really heartwarming and adorable movie from back in the day. That's cool. I had no idea that even existed. That was a thing. So I will check into that. That sounds like a fun little thing, potentially. At Speakin' Bonin 72, enjoy. You must be glad you never got rid of your gear. Here's the thing. Oh no, brother. This and a bass guitar. That 5-string Schecter was the only thing that I kept. These two things. Everything else went. With the exception of 2 practice amps that were given to me later on that I really never used. That were guitar amps, and they didn't really work that well. They were given to me. But I sold my MPEG. I had an MPEG bass head. I had an MPEG cab. I had a 15-inch single combo cab, which is fucking amazing, actually. That thing sounded badass. So no, I sold most of my gear. I sold, all my guitars, my Les Paul. I had some Yamaha basses, an Ibanez, I think it was. I can't remember. It's been a minute. Anywho, so I did sell quite a bit of it, but the 2 guitars that I'm so glad that I kept are still here, and they still actually play pretty well. I've overhauled one of them, and if you've seen a previous video, then we talked about that. We're going to be talking about that here in a moment, too. At G Dubia, intro was reminding me of Sunshine of You Love by Cream Vibes. Great work and keep up the progress. Oh, thanks, brother. Yeah, that, definitely. It's just something you start playing along, and then you're like, hey, that kind of sounds like a song I like. And then you just keep fucking around, and then it just turns into something. You seem to be loving that JHS Packard pedal, so I found a video from JHS YouTube channel for you. The guy explains it and the history. So what I did, actually, if they had links, I looked at that before, so I'd actually know what the hell's going on. Yes, I've seen that. Thanks, John. I've seen that pedal video, and he goes through it. Man, someday I'll be able to play like that. That was a cool demonstration of that pedal. At Belize BIH, just want to say, man, you've inspired me to pick up my accent. Well, awesome, dude. That's awesome. I always like being an inspiration. After our twins were born, any remote chance of playing went out the window, I bet. Now that they are a little bit older, I'm starting to get a little bit of time here and there to play, and an occasional chance when I am alone at home to turn up the amp. Fuck yeah, I'm coming back into the game now, and I'm rusty. Hey, you know what? It doesn't matter where you start, how rusty you are. It's all good. Keep rocking, brother. Thanks, brother. Well, you too. And hey, I'm posting these every single day. This is day 34. We're going to be melting eardrums all the way to 365. So it's fine. So join along. And I have noticed that basically every time he said that a video pops up, it makes him pull out his guitar and practice. Mission accomplished. Not that I was really a mission, but that's my goal, is to do something that makes me practice every day. Now, this isn't my only practice, full disclosure. I've said this many other videos. I do a half hour, which is actually about 45 minutes now in the morning, which is all finger drills, rudimentary drills, whole bunch of stuff. Kind of like the boring, practice stuff. And then I come home, bang out a video, takes forever to upload on YouTube. And then while that's uploading, I jam for an hour and a half of just all kinds of shit. Sometimes I come back to chord, but most of the time it's just jamming, riff exploration, fiddling around with the drum machine, stuff like that. So, heck yeah. Sick Nardy, hey, welcome back, Nick. Here for the daily algorithm boosting comment. Yeah, the crazy world of YouTube and how all that works, which I actually not too familiar with, but it doesn't matter. We're going to be here every day anyway. So just discovered octaves on my guitar, which sound really nice when playing clean. Yeah, me too. That was the thing I said, I think a couple of videos ago. I was playing around with the chords, and all of a sudden I was like, oh, what's that? And it just started sounding even cooler. And then I've been playing around. Now that I'm learning the fretboard, I'm playing around with playing a different run in a different area, same run, same notes, just different octave, and it sounds like almost two different songs, but it's pretty cool. Anyway, yeah, good shit all the way around. All right, I think that is all of the comments. If I did miss anyone, I apologize. You can blow me up in the comments if I did, but I don't think I have. So the camera setup, you're probably wondering, like, hey, it's a little bit different angle. It's like, yes, it is. Well, I had this little wobbly arm I got during the pandemic to like do Zoom calls and shit with people through my phone. And that's what I've been using, but you can't really move it around. It's kind of clown shoes. And so I was like, you know, I bet I could figure out a way to mod my laser tripod I use for construction, right? And that mount, and mod that fucker and make it my phone work. We did that, and that's what you're seeing tonight. So I got this like tripod. I can disconnect the phone. I can move it around if needed. Once I get this rat's nest of craziness figured out. But yeah, so hopefully the camera angle's cool. Hopefully it's a little farther away, actually. It's a little taller, but hopefully it works. Oh yeah, so the Predator's coming back out tonight. We're gonna jam on the old Peavey. And if you're brand new, this is my guitar that's like 30 years old. I don't know, it's from 1996 basically. It's been overhauled a few times. However, this evening I went to, well, not this evening, this afternoon, I got back from Costco. I was like, hey, you know what? We're going to go through some guitar luthier work. I can't even pronounce that word, whatever how it's pronounced. But we're going to do some fiddle-diddling with this guitar. Intonation's out. The truss rod needs adjusted. I did an overhaul on it about 2 months ago. So it's got everything new as far as guts-wise. Pots, CTS pots, Seymour Duncan pickups, Stu Max shit, all kinds of stuff. However, I went to adjust the truss rod. First time ever. Make sure the camera's still rolling. This old fucking iPhone. Yep, we're good. All right, so what I'm noticing is I pull obviously the strings aren't off, right? And I'm going to loosen those up to adjust the truss rod. But I was like, I can't get shit down in there. So what I probably end up doing is probably just routing some of that head off. I don't know. I got to get a socket down in there. But yeah, that's tucked in there quite nicely. So what I was going to do to adjust this before I hopped on didn't happen. So nonetheless, though, we're going to jam with the old Peavey for a little bit. Man, this chord is just, there we go. All right. Let's see how the Peavey sounds. Hopefully you're in tune. Close enough. Something cool. Nope. Well, that might work. There we go. There we go. That's the issue. Gotta cut those mids out. Check tuning. It seemed a little low. It's a ton low. I knew it was a bunch low. Fuck it. Close enough. Damn, what is up? Peavey girl, what's going on? Gonna make me grab the other guitar real fast. These do have finicky tuners, I'm not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. There we go. All right, so this morning, little jam session. I was coming back around to doing my finger drills with a little bit of backing stuff, and I stumbled across, I stumbled across a way, well, I thought I was editing this, and then I just realized that I was making a new program. But nonetheless, I ended up landing on a pretty damn cool. We'll start it down at like 100. As far as something to play over, and this is what I come up with. If I can remember from, I was going all over the place this morning. Let's go. Oh, hold on. Oh, damn, epic fail. Hold on. What's the deal? Why did that not say? Oh, I didn't save. No worries. Well, struggle's real. That's why we're here. Practice, practice. Here we go. No. There we go. It did actually work. Holy shit. There we go. Oh, fuck. Seriously? All right. Hold on. I had it this morning. Morning it was going a little bit smoother because I was actually like and I was kind of calling it out, and then I kept speeding it up. Anywho, but yeah, here's the Peavey. But this is a fantastic little backing beat. We're gonna keep playing with this. It's Freestyle Friday. So, awesome little backing thing for just fiddling around on a Friday. And I hope you're practicing along. You can always mute the obnoxious parts. But yeah, the Peavey Predator, pretty damn good guitar. Can't complain. It is a solid rig. It needs that truss rod adjusted terrible. Like I said, I'm probably going to router the edge of that just because I have the tools for that. Let's grab another guitar and just enjoy practicing and playing guitar on a Friday. And the Tele is just the Tele. I don't even know what tune. What are you in? That's dropped you too. Wouldn't you know? Well, let's try it again with the Tele. Say the one thing about having a backing, it's very new and it's so easy to lose track, and I'm sure some of you could probably relate, if any of you wonderful souls are still listening, how that can, if you're really not concentrating, like if you're really not paying attention and you're just focused on just shredding and just you get into like the ethereum, this kind of almost drones out. That's what I find with me, is it drones out and I'm not keeping up. I'm like, so I gotta start tapping my foot to like remind myself, hey, you've got something going on back there, to keep, that struggle's real at 49. So let's see where the camera's at. You may have a little, oh yeah, we're like 23 minutes. We might cut a little bit short this evening, just because we can. I'm also a little bit hungry. Let's see, we're gonna try one more setting. I wish I could figure out how to save this shit. Ugh. However, it's fine. Let's see what another one sounds like if I do ballad. What's this? Nope, that's the same thing. Let's try up. Let's see. I don't know if power chords go with this. No, definitely not. Definitely not. A little chime in the background, it's kind of cool. Rocky. Let's try. Oh, it has a handful of functions. Gotcha. That's fine. Let's go. Oh, you can cut it out. Nice. Oh, for those of you who are brand new and are still here, if you're wondering, what is this guy fucking with? So I have an old school 25-year-old Dr. Rhythm DR880 from Boss that actually surprisingly still works. And I have that running into a bass cab as my homemade metronome. It actually works. Oh, here I can do that. That's cool. Oh, do you hear the little the cymbal top? see what we can do. Let's fuck around with this for the last remaining minutes. Again, an ear burner tonight. That is a fun little setting that I figured out how to adjust and make my own shit. So it's awesome. All right. I do believe that is going to be day 34 in the bag. Cannot believe 35 is right around the corner. All right. And in front of you wonderful souls who are still listening, I thank you very much. I do believe it's beer 30 and peace. See you tomorrow.